Good day, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know what time of day it is. Cool.
Recording in progress. We are live action.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. I'm gonna leave my microphone right there.
You might have to still hold it. Doing an audio checking here, just making sure the
Check,
audio
check,
is
check,
good.
check. Is that better?
That is better, yes.
Okay, I just turned up my mic.
Yeah, you need it up just a little bit. Sure, everybody, all the peoples out there can hear your beautiful
Mm.
voice.
Hi, Neil. How are you, buddy?
So we
I
got
know.
Jesse Hudson and Neo, and what was the other one's name? Trinity?
That's Trinity. Yeah. I know. I named them after lovers, but they're brothers and sister. So brother and sister. I know it's kind of
I
crazy,
love
but
it. So
mhm.
we're going to be doing a
Yeah.
podcast now, and just wondering what are we talking about?
Well, I think we should first, before we do the interview part, I think I oh, you know what? This is why I don't like you on my lap when I'm doing stuff because he always gets feisty and starts to bite me. It's fun when I'm laying in bed at night and the cats want to play, but he does this while I'm trying to do my show and I'm in the middle of a mix and it presents challenges. So, are we going to do the overview of what we want to do or
Yeah, let's start there.
with the rabbit hole, or are we doing the interview?
No, let's start there with the overview of what we're going to be doing.
Okay, so what the rabbit hole is all about.
Correct.
Okay. Well, we have a website which, well, has yet to be designed. I'm going to work on it this probably some today and this weekend. It's gonna be very simple. It's called the web address is I should be looking at the camera, not you. Sorry. Um it's called the rabbit hole dot
Either or, man, either or, whatever
well,
you're
I'm
more
looking at
comfortable
you
with.
there. So um I should plug the monitor into the hey, there's an idea.
Just so that the people of the audience that are watching this know, this is a very first
Yeah.
dry run
And
of
you're
the podcast, just to see how things are going to work.
yeah.
Forget.
Hence the reason behind a lot of this. Oh, so now I can look at you underneath my camera. There we go. Cool. Um,
Technical difficulty solved.
yeah. So, okay, so let's get back to the overview of what it is we're trying to do here. So the web address is TheRabbitHole.ca, obviously very much inspired by Alice in Wonderland. I have a couple other websites that will hopefully will be kicking off soon, but this is the rabbithole.ca is going to be a podcast series with different impromptu session podcasts about different things. One thing we're staying clear of is current affairs. I do not want to get political. I refuse to watch the news. I do not want to pigeonhole and alienate and be canceled because I believe in one side of the news or not. And then let's be real. At the end of the day, it's all just a distraction. Albeit things are going on, but so I got enough stuff going on in my life, and I'm sure as you do, Candace, I don't need the news involved in it.
No.
So there's going to be different shows in rotation. One is about one of them is like dealing with mental health. I want to cater to everybody, but I want to cater to more men because it's still a taboo subject amongst a lot of men. The other thing I want to try to do is a monthly for now group meeting for people with TBIs, which stands for traumatic brain injuries. We'll get
And we'll
more.
be getting some of those people on our podcast that want to join in for a podcast just to kind of go through what they've gone through as a survivor of a brain injury. Is that right?
Right, exactly. And then what they have to do differently to cope with living with their brain injuries, what their life looks like now, what the future has in store for them. Because technically, I can't be diagnosed with what my specialists and I and others believe that I have, which is CT, which stands for chronic traumatic encephalopathy. If I can, I never can say that word right, but anyways, so we're doing this podcast with the rabbit hole is also in support of ctfight.com, which is a website that I'm running to create awareness about brain injuries, doing event series, going on tour. I dropped a little breadcrumb last night on the internet,
Ooh.
based upon what the start date. So we'll see. Well, you and I got to get going on that. But not only going to be DJing on tour and stuff like that, but I want to create events where applicable that we can get people out and work with other people in certain areas to reach. And mainly I want to reach parents, mainly mothers, because mothers are, mothering, um, and make sure the kids are playing safe. I want to get a charity going, which is going to support. I'm not sure if we're going to support Brain Canada because they kind of turned their back on me, and I'm not too impressed by that. All even I wanted was a bit of exposure, and they couldn't even do that. But then again, albeit, um, don't really have a lot of meat on the bone for them to see what we're about. So
Correct.
this hence behind this. So Brain Canada, Boston University Unite Brain Bank, which is leading the charge on the CTE research. Actually, one of the shows I want to dive in on this article that I read. I don't know if I told you about it. It was a huge breakthrough this week, and a lot in the military dealing with CTE using a psychedelic called ibogaine or something like that. I believe is the
Okay.
name. I saved the article. I want to reach out and between you and me, we'll figure out how we're gonna. I want to talk to whoever authored the article and maybe interview them. Major breakthrough and oh, you little bugger. Uh, uh Also too for restoring cognitive abilities like memories and such. It's a long article. Remind me to send it to you at the end of this.
Will
Very
do.
cool. I want to have you know podcasts about music. Obviously I'm a DJ. I live online, doing radio shows every day on ravestation.club. Um, and using my website djjessehudson.com to share that music and share in events and stuff like that because music has been a therapy for me throughout this. I want to talk about art, entertainment, and just whatever. Yeah, 369. My studio is 369.
Well, we're
Um,
in the studio, man. We are in
Wow,
the
right, but
369 studio.
the funny thing is that you painted that also. It's a huge in sacred geometry. That's something we should talk about. Is the 369 in sacred geometry and 369 with Tesla, Nicholas Tesla.
Absolutely. That's
Uh,
where I would dive right in.
I don't know much on that side of it, but I would really like to because my studio in Toronto was called 369 because the address of the building was 369, and then I learned all the cool stuff about 369, not all of it, but some of it after the fact. So I still have Studio 369. So anyhow, but yeah, I don't know. And then what other things do you want have envisioned for the rabbit hole? Like what's in mind there? Because I also want to talk about spirituality. We have another web address that I want to get for people to like have a certified astrologer who's in our circle. I have tarot readers. I have nutritionist. There's different people. So I want to focus on healthy living, non-pharmaceutical complex ways. I'm not discounting them. I'm not saying their stuff doesn't work, but after my experience, after my accident with Oxycontin, dealing with oxyneos and that withdrawal, yeah, I don't give much faith in the pharmaceutical industrial complex. So anyhow,
I don't either, and I am 100% on par with you
right.
for wanting to talk about the pharmaceutical industry, not only with the opioid epidemic, but the antidepressants and antipsychotic
Right.
epidemic is becoming an epidemic now, where there's a lot more people you find that are on antipsychotics, and they're dealing with a lot of the symptoms and side effects from the medication that aren't really
Mhm.
talked about. So
Right.
down the road, we can get into that.
Well, yeah, and the other thing too I want to talk about because I did have that website with a good friend of mine. Well, was a good friend. He just up and left. I don't know what happened, but anyway, yeah, we had the Canadian Bud Directory, which was a cannabis information and jump off point. We had it. It was going well, and then COVID just miraculously did some things and stuff, as I like to say.
Yeah.
Uh, and then everything changed. But I do want to talk about because we are in Canada, cannabis culture. But there, because every day I do end up getting baked because I use cannabis oil for medicine, for pain management, and as well as it's also helps keep me on a level so I don't have seizures and such. But I want to talk more about the health and wellness. I want to get into that arena of health and wellness products. And WCB was supposed to be sending me back to school. That was like how many freaking years ago. And then everything changed, and I even presented an opportunity to go to a cannabis education, the leading program in Canada, which was a fraction of the time and definitely a fraction of the cost of what they authorized, but they couldn't even get back to me on that. I really want to get into that because I believe there's a huge untapped market there, but also information in the sense of good quality stuff that can come out of cannabinoids and terpenes that are contained in the cannabis plant. So that's another area that I want to dive in on. I think. Um, yeah, we talk about clean living, ironically, but still using cannabis because I don't consider cannabis a what do you call that? A narcotic.
No, I don't need it's good that you pointed that out because some people would consider it a narcotic or
Mm.
use. And what I can say to that is it's you're either for it or against it, but we don't discriminate against.
Right, right.
We don't discriminate against if you use cannabis or if you don't.
Mhm.
Do you also do CBD or is it just THC that
No,
you
I use THC, THCA, CBD, CBG, CBN, and H. CBD, CBN, CBG, CBH. Yeah.
okay, cool, good to know.
Yeah.
So the other kind of areas that I was thinking about talking about is definitely the wellness part of it
Hmm.
and how to live well.
Yep.
Being that I'm in sobriety, I'd like to kind of touch on the sober um, aspect of live well.
Sober living.
Sobriety is not easy. It's definitely a
Yeah.
challenge,
Right.
but sobriety is definitely a topic of discussion that I would like to discuss. And another one is my spiritual awareness in regards to like tarot readings and things like that. I'd love to
Hmm.
get some people on to do some tarot readings if they're interested.
Yeah, absolutely. I have well, my manager, we'll call her Valona for now. I don't want to out her on this yet without her permission, but I'm sure she'll be fine with it.
We'll
She's
get
a
her on the
witch.
show if she
She's a
wants to.
witch. Or I shouldn't say a witch, a Wiccan or whatever you would call them. And she's also the nutritionist, I believe, as well as does tarot readings and such like that. So, and then also I have the person who's editing my book, she's in Baltimore or Maryland, not Baltimore. Um uh just outside of DC. She's a certified astrologist and also very, you know, fun witchy way stuff, cool stuff. Like she does a lot of cool writings and such, and that's how we connected. And yeah, so there's definitely some people in our orbit here that I definitely want to shed some light on because
Awesome.
I've in the last year and a bit I've kind of changed how I've lived, and I live as as best as I can that way with the knowledge base I have at this point.
Beautiful.
It's a nonstop learning curve, right? So I learned
Absolutely.
from you as well. You're a big part in my life of bringing a sense of calm and especially too if can we say because I have seizures, can we say
Oh, absolutely. We can say that I have epilepsy. Yep. I
okay, so
have
you have a
epilepsy, so I'm diagnosed epileptic. Absolutely. We can talk about epilepsy and how it's caused me to live a different life.
Mhm.
I know first, I don't know how it is for you guys with brain injuries, but I know how it is for me with epilepsy. I have to be very careful with what I do during the day.
Yeah.
Um, I can't overexert myself because then I'm down for a day. I can't work too hard. So working from home and doing my own thing is definitely easier for me when I'm on or with epilepsy. Sorry.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So yeah, so I think that's in a nutshell, is basically what the rabbit hole is going to be about. So we're going to start creating content today. We are. We'll do a few, but
Content
um,
today.
um,
Get some stuff out there.
so I think that's a good enough intro reel for now.
Okay.
Um, I want to go have a quick cigarette and because I'm drinking nitro fuel right now.
Your espresso.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
Caffeine, man.
And
It's
then
the
I will
BZ, I
call you.
swear.
You're ready to go on this the second stage. I want to welcome everybody. Also to I want to give out my coordinates. So djjessehudson.com, ctefight.com, on YouTube at DJ Jesse Hudson. I'm on Instagram as well. DJ underscore Jesse Hudson underscore three underscore whatever. You'll find it. The orange wizard with the white hair, and I
The
think
orange
that's
wizard
about
with the white hair. Look out for it on Instagram.
yeah, yeah. He's wearing an orange robe.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah,
So just so that's where everybody can find you. Are we
yeah,
going to be going on YouTube? Are we going to be
yes,
on
yeah.
Instagram?
Oh, right.
Or
Sorry.
where are
There is
we
a.
going to
I
be?
don't
Because it'll
because
be in
of
the future.
yeah my brain injuries. These videos are going to be housed on the CT Fight YouTube channel.
Okay,
So there is that.
perfect.
That and but plus I'm going to be updating the website. So these videos will also be embedded in the website along with other things. I'm also going to be including some. I've got a book coming out. Right now, part one of it is being edited because it's a different format. I can't. I struggle reading the printed page, so I'm doing something that makes sense to me and hopefully other people with brain injuries and other people should enjoy it because it's a pretty cool idea. So that's being edited right now. So I have excerpts from that and I'm going to be sharing more of those over the weekend and getting stuff up there. So people know what it's like that I'm going through right now because I'm not even gonna lie, sitting here under these lights, I got to get my red glasses because I don't know where they are. I think they're in my room, but yeah, this is just too much. This is
They're,
why when I do my show, I'm
they're so helpful. Sorry, you cut out there a little bit. Um, the red glasses are definitely helpful for you, and
yeah.
that's something that we'll
I really
definitely
miss my pit
incorporate.
vipers. I can't believe I lost my pit vipers walking home from the library one night. So
We'll have to find you a new pair of them.
yeah, I reached out. I have sponsorship videos asking Pit Viper to sponsor this because the funny thing is the people that wear Pit Vipers are people that do a lot of extreme sports, skateboarders, snowboarders, skiers, mountain bikers, some of the stuff I used to do, hence how I got some of my brain injuries, which we'll get into. But I'm because I have my Dr. Riley at Elite Chiropractic has this lens test thing, and he's the one who prescribed me the red lenses. So I had
We'll do a deep
these
dive
Pit
on that one as
Vipers,
well.
yeah, and I'll tell the story about that. But they could be a be part of the healing process, but they never got back to me. So I wanted them to sponsor and engage, but they never did. I even had to make a promo video on a cassette, like a VHS cassette, to get them, but no response. So anyway,
Really?
that's a story for a different day.
All right, sir. Well, we're gonna sign off for now.
Okay, all right. Take
Is
care, and I will call you when I come back in from having a smoke. Okay.
sounds
Or,
good.
oh, actually, I'll just call you when we hang up. Okay. Bye. Bye. Bye.